So students, today we will be dealing with the chapter Time Value of Money, which is your last chapter from your financial management subject. So this chapter will fetch you your 5 marks. It's a compulsory question asked in every year for 5 marks. So coming to the meaning of time value of money, as you can read there, time value of money states nothing that the amount or money received today is more valuable than the amount of money received tomorrow or after a certain period of time. I repeat, so this chapter says that the value of money which we are going to receive today will be more valuable, or that money will be having more value than the amount of money received after a certain period of time. The best example I can give you is, now many of you all buy cell phones. When the cell phone is first launched or the mobile phones are first launched, the price will be very high. For example, when any series of OnePlus is launched, say about OnePlus 70, the starting price of what was somewhere around 40 to 42,000. But as the months went on passing, or after some month, 2 or 3 months, the value had been reduced to 38,000. So money will reduce the value after certain period of time. The reason for reduction in value is, the first reason is future uncertainties. There is no guarantee of future. For example, if you have lent a money to someone, say about rupees 10,000, you have lent a money to person A of rupees 10,000. Suddenly after 1 or 2 months he becomes bankrupt. He is not having a single penny also to pay on. It means that he is not able to even pay you your 10,000 rupees back. So that's the reason future is uncertain. We can't predict the future. So that's the reason money reduces its value after certain period of time. Coming to the second reason, preference for present consumption. We give preference for today rather than tomorrow. We consider what things we require today than in future. For example, instead of we consider our present requirement very important than for the future requirement. The third reason is reinvestment opportunity. So here reinvestment opportunity is nothing but, here an investor will fear that after some years the investment or the interest rate may go down. So he wants to invest the money today itself rather than after some years. So these are the reasons why a money reduces its value, or why the money received today is considered more important than the money received after some period. So there are two techniques to calculate the time value of money. First technique is compounding technique, and the second technique is discounting or present value technique. So first, starting with compounding technique. The compounding technique is used to find out the future value of a present value of money. I repeat, compounding technique is used to find out the future value of a present value of money. So here it is similar to the compound interest formula or the compound interest method which we use. It means that interest earned in previous year is reinvested to your principal amount. I will show you with the help of example. For example, if you are investing rupees 1,000 at 10% interest for 3 years, then for the first year your principal value will be rupees 1,000, and the interest earned on that will be 1,000 into 10%, that is 100 rupees. So at the end of first year you will be having 1,100 with you. Now coming for the second year, your principal value will be 1100, that is principal amount plus the interest amount received in the first year. On this 1100 you will be earning a interest. So 1100, 10% will be 110. So your interest here will be 110. So your total amount at the end of first year will be 1210. Now similarly for third year, your principal amount will be 1210. On that you will earn an interest of 10%, that is 121. So your amount at the end of third year will be 1331. This is called as your compounding technique. Now coming to the formula of compounding technique. The formula of compounding technique is A is equal to P into 1 plus I raised to N, where A stands for amount at the end of period, P is your principal amount or your initial amount invested, I is your interest rate, and N is your number of years. So, keeping this formula in mind, we will be solving our further sums. So coming to your first sum, so it says that if rupees 5000 invested at 5% compounding annually for 10 years, find the future value. So the compounding value for rupee 1 for 10 years at 5% interest is 1.629. That is nothing but 1.05 raised to 10 will give you 1.629. To explain the question, they are saying us to find the future value of rupees 5000 which is invested at 5% compounding interest rate for 10 years, and they have given you the future value of rupee 1 at 10 for 10 years at 5% interest rate as 1.629. So coming for the solution, the formula to find the future value of money for compounding technique is A is equal to present value into 1 plus I raised to N, whereas your present value is nothing but rupees 5000, I is at 5% and N is 10 years. So substituting the amount in the formula, we will get 5000 into 1 plus 0.05 raised to 10. 0.05 is nothing but 5%, 5 divided by 100, you will get 0.05. So that is equal to 5000 into 1.05 raised to 10. So directly in the question they have given 1.05 raised to 10 is equal to 1.629. That is, here they have said 1.05 raised to 10 is equal to 1.629. So it will be 5000 into 1.629. So your present value of 5000 after 10 years will be 8145. So this will end your first sum. So this question was asked for repeated for mostly 3 years. So it's one of the important sum which has been asked frequently in your examination. Now coming to your second part, that is your discounting technique. So the discounting technique help us to know the present value of future amount. So what will be your present value of future amount? For example, if instead of receiving the money after 2 or 3 years, what will be your present value for that money will be known with the help of discounting technique. Discounting technique take the consideration that as the number of years goes on increasing, the value of money will goes on decreasing. As the years goes, or as the number of years goes on increasing, value of money goes on decreasing as per the discounting technique. The best example for that is your mobile phones. Whenever a company launches a new mobile phone, it will launch at a higher price, but as the number of months goes on decreasing, the company will also goes on decreasing its price. Is nothing but the discounting technique. In discounting technique, we are having two methods. First method is present value of future sum single, and the second method is present value of future series. So present value of future sum single is nothing but when only one amount is given in the question, we will use the first technique, that is present value of future sum single. When the cash flows are given, we will use the second technique, that is present value of future series. Now first coming to first method, that is present value of future sum single. In this we are having two formula. First formula is PV is equal to future value divided by 1 plus I raised to n. Here PV stands for present value, FV stands for future value, I stands for the interest rate, and n stands for the number of years. Now coming to the second formula, the second formula is PV is equal to FV in multiplied by DF. So here again FV stands for future value and DF stands for the discount factor. So next question arises, which formula to be used when? So this clearly depends upon the question. If in the question they have given you the discount factor, we will be using the second formula. If they have not given you the discount factor, we will be using the first formula. So let's coming to the question. They have said that Vikas received rupees 2,160 after 1 year and expected rate of interest is 8%. Find the present value. So they are going to recess. In the question they have said Vikas is going to receive rupees 1,260 after 1 year and the interest rate is 8%. So what will be the present value for rupees 2,160? So here as in the question they have not given us the discount factor rate. So we will be using our first formula, which is PV is equal to future value divided by 1 plus interest rate raised to n. So coming to the solution. So here the solution is present value is equal to future value 1 plus I raised to n. So given future value is rupees 2,160. Your interest rate is 8%, that is nothing but 0.08, which is 8 divided by 100, you will get 0.08, and number of year is 1 year. So here substitute the values in the formula. So it will be 2,160 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 1, which will equal to 2,160 divided by 1.08. So 2,160 divided by 1.08 will amount to rupees 2,000. So it means that the present value of rupees 2,160 is rupees 2,000. So this will end your first sum. So let's move on to the second sum. So here we are having the second sum. So as per second sum says that Shri Kalu wants to find out the present value of rupees 2,000 to be received after 5 years from now at 10% rate of interest. Discount factor is 0.621 for rupee 1 at 10% discount. So they have given in the question, they says that Shrikar is going to receive 2000 after 5 years at a 10% rate of interest. So they have asked us to find out the present value. So directly they have given us the discount factor as 0.621. So that's the reason we are going to be using the second formula, that is present value is equal to future value multiplied by the discount factor. So let's go for the solution. So present value is equal to future value into discount factor. So given your future value is rupees 2000 and your discount factor is 0.621, so 2000 into 0.621, you will get rupees 1242 as your present value. It means the present value of rupees 2000 is 1 rupees 1242. So this will end your second sum. Now coming to the next technique under discounting method, we are having present value of series. So this we are going to use when in the question they have given you all the cash flow. So here the formula is present value is equal to cash flow multiplied by present value factor of discount. So I will be explaining you this with the help of a question. So here they have asked us to find out the present value for cash flow at 10% discount rate. So in the question they will be giving you all the number of years cash flow and present value factor at 10%. That is, they have given you years from, they have given you 5 years. They have given you the cash flow for 5 years. And they have also given you the present value factor at 10%. So this information will be ready-madely given you in the question. So we have to find out the present value. So here just make another column, that is I have already made here. Present value of cash flow. Present value of cash flow. So is nothing but cash flow into present value factor, that is your column number 2 is cash flow into present value factor at 10%. That is nothing but coming for the first year. So your present value of cash flow is, that is 2500 into 0.909. You will get present value as 2272.50. Similarly, for second year, again multiply cash flow into present value factor, that is 5000 into 0.826. You will get your present value as 4130. Similarly, do the same for the next years. Add all the present value total. You will get the total present value of cash flow. Here we are getting the total as 12,404 as the present value of the cash flow. So this will end your chapter here. This will end the chapter time value of money. So this, okay, I just forgot to say you, this question is repeated many number of years. So I want to practice all. The same solution I have given you in the PDF. So once you are done seeing the video, I request you all to solve the PDF and don't go for solving of 5 years question paper. It will be very easy for you all, and this chapter will fetch you 5 marks. Compulsory 1 5 marks question has been asked from this chapter. So this will be the end of the video. Thank you.